I'm Ramsey the loud one.
I'm Jesse the short one.
Put us both into one, we are.
Lots of noise, always too fast, lots of laughs. Here's our podcast, the loud and short of it.
Hi, and welcome to Loud and Short of It. I'm Ramsey the loud one.
And I'm Jesse the short one. And this week we have a variety hour for you under the new format. It's going to be 5 episodes on YouTube split up in a playlist and just one big episode on Spotify.
Breaking out the topics so you can just you can pick and choose what you want.
Let's get right into it. Television. Boom. What do we have for television this week?
This week there are rumors of a Ubisoft deal with Netflix in the works. Ubisoft, a video game fucking
a French
publisher.
One. I just found that out.
A French one.
Ubisoft in French means swirly in English.
Is that a joke? Or is that for real?
This is a joke.
Oh, that's very funny. Fuck. For a second, I believed that a video game company was so fucking corny that I was like, damn, that's hard to hear.
It's the context of any good joke is that it's just believable enough to not be funny.
So Ubisoft, a company that makes games where essentially it just points you in a direction and tells you to pick something up and kill stuff along the way, just has the fucking nuts. Has the nuts on to be like, hey, we're going to make films and TV shows now.
Yes. So basically, a lot of this isn't really even rumors. It's pretty set in stone, except for the fact that it might not be a Netflix-specific deal. And I'm just going to dive through each of the individual projects that have been quote-unquote released or not released, but are rumored to be taking place.
Yeah.
The first one being the Division movie.
Yeah, this has been in development for a fat minute now.
And this one's not that exciting. I mean, not that new because it's a Tom Clancy thing.
Yeah.
There have been Tom Clancy movies, Tom Clancy video games, crossovers between the two of them.
Yeah.
That's
Jake
not
Gyllenhaal's connected to this one, I think he is, which is a weird...
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah. I think it's funny that this is like one of the... Because the first one... They already did one on Netflix, which was... Michael B. Jordan was in it. It's called like No Mercy or something. And it's just some shitty Tom Clancy movie because there's a fuckload of Tom Clancy movies.
Yeah.
And but at the end of it, there's a stinger, and he's like, "I'm putting together a new initiative." And they're like, "Ooh, what is it?" He's like, "It's called the Rainbow Team or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, very cool. I'm not watching this shit."
No, I'm gonna watch it. I
Yeah,
don't care how
probably.
bad it is. But that's exciting. And then what everybody who knows anything about Ubisoft is waiting to hear: Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Apparently is getting both a live action show and a cartoon show at the same time.
I think that's kind of perfect. Assassin's Creed works super well in television. It's not going to work as a movie.
I think it's ingenious to make an Assassin's Creed television show, but I think hitting 2 at the same time is just diluting what pool might be watching. Am I really going to be watching Assassin's Creed the live action and Assassin's Creed the cartoon?
I don't think that's the thought process here. I think the thought process here is that you are going to be watching the live-action Assassin's Creed, and then people who really fucking care are going to watch the live-action Assassin's Creed. And also, because I imagine the cartoon one is probably going to be super anime-styled.
Yeah.
And that's just... If you make anything remotely similar to anime now as far as style goes, you're going to make money. It's fucking
point.
nuts.
And I think you're right. Just back on the not shitting on them coming out with 2 at the same time or 2 around the same time.
Yeah.
Is Assassin's Creed of all video games is set up to be a TV show.
Yeah.
I mean, they made 2 great games with amazing storylines, and then they quickly found that perfect Call of Duty style mentality of like we can release a game every year. The central storyline ceases to matter, and we can just pop these babies out and people love them. That's what you need. This could be a CW show.
That's true, yeah. I think, what I want out of it is I want something that's like Vikings or The Last Kingdom of level. Like, I want, like, that amount of storytelling. Like, if they do what I want them to do, which is to fucking tell the story of Altair again and not in a fucking...
And, don't add aliens to it and then give up on it.
Just hit that perfectly, and you will just... It will be perfect. Everyone will be very happy. I think... a show starred in Jerusalem right now that's about pushing out Europeans might be a little iffy for some, but I think it could be cool. And yeah, just stay away from the modern day shit. The Assassin's Creed series, I will say real quick, very good. I think as a whole, I don't think there's one game in there that would be like, this is a horrible thing and you shouldn't play it. All of it's like pretty good.
There is a story drop off after the first 2.
Yeah.
But that's the overarching story. They still have interesting, fun things they're doing in every game. I'm not bored at all.
Out of all the serialized franchises, I'm shocked Assassin's Creed, like, even the bum-ass ones I played through, and I was like, that's not that's like a 7.
Yeah. Also, it's completely rose-tinted glasses that I have any of these opinions on, because if you go back and play the first or second Assassin's Creed, the combat fucking
It's so
miserable.
bad. Yeah.
It's just a button masher.
Yeah.
Then you got Far Cry and Far Cry Blood Dragon. I'm not sure how these are related, or if it's just going to be kind of like a generalized Ubisoft having different characters from different games interacting, but these are both going to be anime-style animated series, which sounds fucking weird, but Far Cry has enough, like, odd, interesting characters that you could push the envelope on some stuff.
That's true. I think the biggest thing with Far Cry right now is, like, my biggest problem that always, like, the branding of Far Cry makes no fucking sense. Like, every time this shit comes out, there's a new announced trailer. It's like this very serious warlord or whatever. And then you get in the game and you can have a pet alligator. And it's just like, there's no consistency. So, like, I would like either them to go balls to the fucking wall or just have something to be like, here's our animated series and it's very serious because we don't have to convince you to like playing the game.
If they're including already the idea that the Blood Dragon thing is going to be somehow involved, this is going to be balls to the wall, bonkers, hilarious. Probably, I assume it's going to be more of a comedy than a drama in any way.
That sucks, dude. Far Cry has so much fucking potential.
Then that's all that I found that was confirmed or hesitantly confirmed.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to throw out my own idea here. Prince of Persia hasn't been a good one in, I don't know, a decade. They made that more animated style, the kind of shell-shaded one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that one was pretty dick because there was no rules and you could just die and respawn right where you fell off the mountains, which isn't what made Prince of Persia fun. But I think that's the kind of game where they need to make a TV show or something out of it. Because Prince of Persia had, I mean, at the time it was made, there wasn't explorable worlds. They didn't have that in games yet, and writing in games just wasn't as good back then.
Do you remember those games, though? Like, do you remember the story and shit?
Yeah.
There's just nothing to them.
The
main bad guy is like, he's like, my uncle, the vizier, is a bad guy. Ooh, I found a knife, and it makes me into like a dark version of me. And I was like...
But that's what I'm saying. These video games don't need to be just remade in that same style. If somebody takes Prince of Persia, the intellectual property of it, and makes a TV show, and they just don't stick to a lot of it, and they're just like, we're just going to make it better.
Yeah.
But have the general idea of the sands of time and everything. Only the biggest nerds are going to get mad about it, and everyone else. It could be such a cool show.
Yeah. I think if you get mad about something like especially with Prince of Persia, it's just like, bro, like, you don't understand how storytelling works. Like, I think you just like something as a kid, and that's it. Like, it doesn't go deeper than that.
Yeah. But nonetheless, it's super exciting.
Yeah, I think so, too. I just, I think one thing that I'd like to see is, like, maybe do something with, like, Splinter Cell, because there hasn't been a Splinter Cell game in, like, fucking 10 years.
I think there was, so good. But I wanted to not focus on more Tom Clancy stuff.
Yeah. It's tough, though. It's like Ubisoft's half their fucking brand is Tom Clancy.
Yeah, that's very true.
Which is like, it is what it is, but I don't know. I want to see cooler shit out of this. I want less of these, like, video game adaptations to be these, like, cookie cutter, boring ass, like, whatever, like, templates of other, like, action bro movies that they can fit their franchises into, because it hasn't worked for years.
That is, a lot of it is just copy and paste the characters over the same story. But that's why I think Prince of Persia could be that change. And Assassin's Creed definitely has the potential to switch that up. They could take that some crazy directions.
I feel like they're either gonna take a lesson from that Assassin's Creed movie, and they're gonna be like, all right, let's get rid of the modern day stuff, or they're gonna fuck it up even worse, and they're gonna be like, nah, the history stuff was the issue here. Let's just make the modern day stuff really good. It's like, no, we're about to get a Desmond solo series. Fuck no.
Just a white room for 4 seasons. But I think that's all we got for television.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff to come. And as always, Netflix is just involved in everything that's ever going to happen.
Got a finger in every pie.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.